All right, guys, gather around. Let's have a conversation. Now, truth be told, I was on my way out the door, but I was just sent this content on my Instagram at @TheRealMTR. There's a link to it down in the description box down below. Continue to follow your boy and send me fantastic content and or clips around the internet so I can bring it up here and have a conversation about it. But I immediately paused and I wanted to have a conversation about this because it just demonstrates the double standards of our clown world today. And we're speaking to different audiences throughout this, so make sure that you pay attention because I'm probably going to be speaking to you. Anyway, what is it that I'm talking about? Coi Leray, all right, who's nowadays a popular rapper. I believe she's Benzino's daughter. She was recently having a concert, and in said concert, a portion of it is to bring men on stage so that Coi Leray can demonstrate her stripping ability, her thought-like city girl summer, hot girl summer activity on said man. You'll see down in the caption down there, she was touching, grinding, and bouncing on his lap. The minute he touches her back, she gets upset, stopped acting like strippers, and you won't get treated like one. I couldn't agree more with that particular caption, but we'll go a step deeper. Now, I can't actually play this clip because on YouTube, it's under kind of the sexuality thing. And if it's under sexuality, they'll demonetize you. And in some cases, they'll give you a strike on the channel. So I'll leave a link to this down in the description box down below, but I'll just save you some time. For about 35 seconds of it, she's, doing her moves, which I ain't gonna hold you up. She's very talented in the art of stripper, okay? But anyway, and about the last 10 seconds, he puts his hand on like her hamstring and then up towards her butt. She turns around and is obviously pissed off and then tells him to get off the stage, okay? Now, like I said previously, there's different audiences that I wanna speak to right here. Let me address the fellas first. Her need or conquest for attention, for the eyes to be on her, for your validation, for the marketed sexuality that she and other modern women today in their sexual liberation demonstrate to you, and you in turn get in their DMs. You leave Pete Heart asses, emojis, and all this other bullshit down into the comment section, all because they need validation and they need attention. And the same way that she disrespected this man who was responding to how she was treating him is the same way that these modern women think and will respond to you when you simp, when you put them up on a pedestal, when you go up onto the IG models pages and you tag your friends, yo, go look at this one over here. They look down into their comment boxes. If they even see you simping and they look at it and they say, ew, disgusting. You simps, you white knights are forever disgusting to me. The idea that this young man would buy a ticket to her show to go up on stage and be disrespected when she is appropriating her sexuality at the sake of you for eyes and money is completely and utterly absurd to me. But this is where we are at right now, when there's a fall of male leadership, when there's a lack of masculinity, when there's a dearth of strong men doing strong shit. Then we have examples just like this of young men embarrassing themselves, making complete utter fools of themselves as the woke woman's sexual liberation uses them as pawns for their wicked and twisted plans to make men more feminine and women more masculine. But anyway, I find it so interesting that they complained about Kevin, who women would just call into his show. They could just book a session if they wanted to, but they would call into his show so he could try to re-engineer the bullshit that feminism has placed within a community. And y'all bucked up at him. But then we see on the flip side, utilizing male gaze, male attention to prove your self-worth or be validated on top of that. And no one bats an eye. No one says shit, which is why that is incumbent on men to call this shit out and also hold other men that put the vagina or the viscous innards on a pedestal to the degree where they're willing to simp into white knight for shit that they don't even believe in. Shit, the amount of men that I've seen doing the same shit as these toxic, bitter, delusional ass women that celebrated the death of Kevin Samuels, knowing that they take on these talking points because at the end of the day, they just want the insides of these women, is honestly the most disturbing thing that I've come to notice and realize as I've been doing content within this space. Anyway, second audience, women. And when I talk about women in this particular junction, do understand there's good ladies out there. And all the guys that are down in there do understand. All of them are not completely off their rocker. There's good ladies that's down up in there, okay? I'm not talking to the good ladies. I'm talking to the ladies that don't even know how to spell accountable. I'm talking to the ladies that say shit like, I would rather, than a 9-to-5 guy, a scammer or a drug dealer. I'm talking to the ladies that don't understand what discipline is or delayed gratification. I'm talking for the ladies that say that they don't need no man and just accept me within my truth, irrespective of the tumultuous history or the decisions and the choices that I've made into my life to get to a particular place within your life. I'm talking about these women. I know that it's cool to be a victim within today's society right now, and you have a lot of power within that, and you buck up against true authority. You buck up against those that say, that what you're doing over there is probably not the best course of action for you. You probably shouldn't still be doing that. I know your echo chamber over there is telling you, nah, girl, go ahead. Keep doing that shit. Your image or how you demonstrate yourself is how people will treat you. If you look like a stripper, you act like a stripper, you do stripper things, then the opposite sex will treat you like a stripper. Let me try to simplify all of that. You are a representation of all of the results in your life. If this young lady is your leader, if she is your God, if she is who you take examples of on how to live your life, if you post things on social media because you see her doing that as an influencer, if marriage is y'all goal, this is not the way to conduct yourself. And I know it's popping to be a victim in 2022 and beyond, but you are a representation of your results. If you represent yourself like this, then how can you be mad that you ain't got no man? But continue to follow the influencers that make you feel great about yourself, that make it so that fuck what men think. Let's just do what we want to do, girl. Power. But do understand that they're demonstrating this and showing power in womanhood. Look what I can do in front of him and he can't touch me back, because they want you to feel a false sense of accomplishment and a false sense of empowerment, because they've tricked you that being empowered means being a thought. If you don't want to be touched like that, if you don't want to be treated like that, then do not represent yourself like that. Pure logic. Guys, listen, I felt it's so necessary to talk about this because for the life of me, we got to call out the double standards. Last thing I'm gonna say about this is I thought Corey LeRae was in a relationship. Like, my G, how could you watch her do that and continue to take her seriously? What she says, it's because it's what my management team tells me to do. It's okay, just sit over there and just take everything that you see about me, regardless of my sexuality. At what point are y'all gonna stop with the goddamn simping? Because they've convinced you that they could be as sexual as they want. Not in privacy. I'm not talking about privacy. Within public, they can wear what they want, they can dance how they want, and you just supposed to be their lapdog, waiting for them to come home so that she can be in a relationship with you after being in a relationship with the world. It's gotten so topsy-turvy is that today I see these young men say, man, I hope my girl wears something slutty when we go out tonight because I just want to just show her off. They got y'all completely in the matrix, and it's so sad to see. Anyway, guys, those are my thoughts. Questions, comments, concerns, write them down below. I'm sure this one is going to cause a little bit of stir, but it is what it is. I think that it's important that we have conversations like this in demonstrating the pure and utter double standards as it relates to our culture and society today. Until next time, YouTube.